I'm telling to the game. Cause I'm telling to the game.
Track.
Cause I'm telling to the game. Because I'm telling to the game.
This is what Miami Heat basketball is all about. Miami Heat.
I got the world right here in my hands and I'm ready to shoot the ball. So game on. I got this money in my hands on a Friday night.
Wade takes that's his former teammate.
Gamesmanship here by Dwayne Wade.
Tell it to the game. Tell it to the game. Tell it to the game. I'm telling to the game. Tell it to the game. I'm telling to the game. Tell it to the game. I got the world right in my hands and I'm ready to shoot the ball. I'm shooting, so game on. Game on. I got this money in my hands on a Friday night.
I got money in my
in my review cause I'm out of sight. No more stars. Carry the world like you all. Like you all.
Tell it to the game, so it's time to get my game on. Johnny Storm hot, all I gotta scream is flame on. For I am fantastic, stacks flip, call it acrobatics. I never go broke, all of them bricks do gymnastics. Got my cash stretching like elastic. Money gotta have it, I'm a brown paper bag it. Throw it in the wall, the basement or the attic. I don't stand on the block, man, I drop across the attic.
It's gonna be tough one. Every night we're gonna have a bullseye on the back.
The world is in my hand, and I'm not gon' pass it. All I know is go hard until they put me in a casket. Got the open lane, now I'm headed to the basket. And talking on you bitches like my name is Wayne Wade. I ball with the Heat and DFB and LeBron James. I get it aim in my tailor-made suit. Man, I'm burning up the booth. I hold my suit is fireproof because I only speak the truth. Real life from the start to the finish. Fix the ether with the fire, that's the flame you can't stick. EA, cause I am in the game. LB, that is my name. I'm a beast with this thing. Welcome to the house of pain.
To the game like a well-made suit. I got this world right here in my hands and I'm ready to shoot the ball. So game on, game on. I got this money in my hands on a Friday night. I see the world in my review cause I'm out of sight. No more stars. Carry the world like you haul. Like you haul. Tell it to the game. 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 I'm telling to the game. Tell it to the game. I'm telling to the game. Tell it to the game. Tell it to the game like a well-made suit. I got the world right here in my hands and I'm ready to shoot the ball. So game on.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. Hope y'all can hear me. Hope y'all feeling good, looking good. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do good. You feel me? All right, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into our motivation for the day. I feel like Healthy Mental Thursdays, we ain't got not 1 second to waste, so I ain't got to drop my on earring again. Good thing I got a spell. All right, so let me get y'all motivation, and we gonna go from there. Now, as I said before, let me know if y'all have any suggestions upon stuff that y'all want to talk about, maybe motivation that y'all saw that maybe y'all want to share with us, anything of that nature. So let us go. TikTok, I'll be there in a second. Motivation for the mental. That's a song for when we go off. When the show go off today. You and I riding down Brookshire Avenue in the summertime.
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Interesting.
can it generate reports?
It can.
Everything in your life that you like and it comes to you is because you have a program to support that. That's wonderful. That means that's great. It's going to come to you because that program is bringing it to you. But in contrast, this is the one that's important. Anything you work hard to accomplish, anything you struggle over to make it happen, anything you put a lot of effort in, I want this, I'm going to work like crazy, I'm going to get this. My first question is, why are you working so hard? And the answer is very simple. Anything you're struggling to try to accomplish, whether it's health or love, relationships, whatever it is, if you're struggling, it represents a simple fact. Your subconscious programming doesn't support that conclusion. So the fact is, what are my programs? Look at your struggle. And wherever you're struggling, the struggle is not because the universe won't provide for you. The struggle is an internal job. The struggle is you're trying to overcome previous programming that prevents you to go to that destination. So the wonderful part about this understanding is you don't have to review your life. You can look right now at this one moment, just look in your head and say, what are the things that I keep trying to get and they seem to be elusive? I can't get them. They're always out of reach. I say, the universe is not holding back. It's your own invisible subconscious behavior. And once you understand where the issues are and you start to really focus on the point that it's not the universe that's providing the trouble, it's myself, you have the first inclination, the first idea, the first understanding of how to change your life, because now you know exactly what issue is confronting you. And again, if you understand it's an internal issue, then you, and this is the most important part, otherwise this would be the worst seminar you ever heard. The most important part is this: you can change the programming. You can rewrite your subconscious programs. And why is that relevant? If you took the wishes and desires of the conscious mind and used that as a program to put the beliefs into the subconscious mind, it's the most exciting and liberating thing you can ever do in your life. You know why? Because once it's in the subconscious program, 95% of the day, without you even thinking about it, your mind will take you to that direction. And that is your freedom.
Well, a habit is a redundant set of automatic, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that's acquired through repetition. A habit is when you've done something so many times that your body now knows how to do it better than your mind. So if you think about it, people wake up in the morning, they begin to think about their problems. Those problems are circuits of memories in the brain. Each one of those memories are connected to people and things at certain times and places. And if the brain is a record of the past, the moment they start their day, they're already thinking in the past. Each one of those memories has an emotion. Emotions are the end product of past experiences. So the moment they recall those memories of their problems, they all of a sudden feel unhappy, they feel sad, they feel pain. Now, how you think and how you feel creates your state of being. So the person's entire state of being when they start their day is in the past. So what does that mean? The familiar past will sooner or later be predictable future. So if you believe that your thoughts have something to do with your destiny, and you can't think greater than how you feel, or feelings have become the means of thinking, by very definition of emotions, you're thinking in the past. And for the most part, you're going to keep creating the same life. So then people grab their cell phone, they check their WhatsApp, they check their texts, they check their emails, they check Facebook, they take a picture of their feet, they post it on Facebook, they tweet something, they do Instagram, they check the news, and now they feel really connected to everything that's known in their life. And then they go through a series of routine behaviors. They get out of bed on the same side, they go to the toilet, they get a cup of coffee, they take a shower, they get dressed, they drive to work the same way, they do the same things, they see the same people, they push the same emotional buttons, and that becomes the routine, and it becomes like a program. So now they've lost their free will to a program, and there's no unseen hand doing it to them. So when it comes time to change, the redundancy of that cycle becomes a subconscious program. So Now, 95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that function like a computer program. So then a person can say with their 5% of their conscious mind, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, I want to be free. But the body's on a whole different program. So then how do you begin to make those changes? Well, you have to get beyond the analytical mind, because what separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind is the analytical mind. And that's where meditation comes in, because you can teach people through practice how to change their brainwaves, slow them down. And when they do that properly, they do enter the operating system where they can begin to make some really important changes. So most people then wait for crisis or trauma or disease or diagnosis. They wait for loss, some tragedy to make up their mind to change. And my message is, why wait? And you can learn and change in a state of pain and suffering, or you can learn and change in a state of joy and inspiration. And I think right now, the cool thing is that people are waking up.
A very scary situation when you are on one side of the door and your mind is racing, because on the other side of that door, it could be no one. It could be 4 guys with 4 AK-47s. That door you're about to open could be booby-trapped. So once you open it, boom, your legs are gone. So there's 1,000 things you think about when you're the first guy, second guy, third guy, getting ready to go in a room and flood it. And that's why I talk about the warrior mentality. And that's why so many people are lost when I start talking. You have the right. You're lucky that you don't have to think like warriors think.
Exactly.
You're very privileged.
Exactly.
I chose this
Yes,
world
sir. Yes,
to be a
sir.
warrior. And I would choose it again if I came back to this world. But the mentality of a warrior is very different than normal mentality. You must be that person on that door, get ready to open it, thinking to yourself, if I die, so be it.
You're not going to be replaced by AI.
Yo,
You'll be
now
replaced
that
by
one
someone who
hit.
understands how to use it.
That one hit. Hold on, let me flip y'all around. Just him saying, having a warrior mentality is different than having just that regular mentality of a person just walking through their days. Most importantly, being privileged to not have to worry about that and let someone else worry about that. Thank y'all for y'all service. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. Thank y'all for joining us again. Shout out to everybody on TikTok who chill, even though y'all can't see the videos every single time. Stacy, I see you out there. Jennifer, thank you for stopping through. All right, y'all. So today, we redirecting energy. All right, it's Healthy Mental Thursday, and we just got to move a few things around within the energy. All right, we all know, and if you didn't know, I'm gonna bring it to you, straight to you. This world is made up of energy, all right? Everything around you is energy. You, yourself, is energy. So just think of it like this. You're in a pool, but you're the pool. Now let me say it again. You're in the pool water, but you are the pool water. How would you distinguish yourself? Would you splash a little of yourself on the side to see how it feels? Would you move to the left and move to the right to see how that feels? The left side and the right side feels. So if you are the thing that you're trying to change, it's a couple of tricks to that. Number one, it should be easy. Number two, it should be easy. But we all know it's not. So we're going to redirect some energy today into some places that probably need to have it. If you can't see, wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? That probably need to have. Wink, wink. All right, so let's watch our first video for the day. That's enough of me talking. I got to go over to my people at Psych to Go because they be getting it to you. All right. Energy site. Hold on, let's type in the title just exactly how we got it. Redirecting energy. Yeah, let's do it like that. I knew it. I knew it. Somebody had it. I knew somebody had something about it. Take control of your mind. Let's put the Creative Commons on, because I know Psych2Go probably gonna pull it up too. Hey, this is for my adults out here. Let's listen to this one.
There is no such thing as sexual energy. I know people are writing books about it, about their sexual energy. There is no sexual energy. There is just life energy. You can make this into sexuality, you can make this into anger, you can make this into intelligence, you can make this into awareness, you can make this divine if you are willing. That's why I said, you must create a moment for yourself, at least a moment, where there is no compulsiveness. At that moment, what you see as the highest possibility for you, you must plot your whole life in that direction, not somewhere else. Otherwise, at every moment when you look like this seems to be important, when you look like that seems to be important, you will be all over the place.
Hey, now that
There is no such thing as sexual energy. I know people are writing books about it, about their sexual energy.
Hold on. Let's get another one in there. I didn't save that though.
There is no such…
Hold on, let me save this, y'all. Hey, what up, Snick? How you doing? Hope you're feeling good, looking good out there, doing your thing as good as can be. You feel me? Appreciate you for the heart me. Let's check out my man, see what he talking about.
After speaking at Google, Lululemon, and NYU, this is the
since we on together. I don't want to just
thing I would focus on if I wanted to be a highly paid speaker in 2026.
So I try to get the
I'll give you a
captions on
perfect
y'all.
example. Here's a
Y'all
perfect
get
example
to.
of a thing that human beings aren't fully aware of, okay? So let's say, for instance, there's a war, okay? And everyone, let's say 10,000 people, I'll just give that number. 10,000 people choose to look at that and go, oh my God, we're in war, okay? In that moment, those people are now serving the darkness. Because the reason why is because the moment you react or take consciousness of something and give it precedence or give it acknowledgement to the point where you can generate energy from it, then you are then buying into it. And when you buy into it, that means you are giving up your creative energy force for that,
Life
what you
force.
believe. That's why when friends come to you and say, oh, I'm running low on money. Like if someone comes to me, I'll give you a perfect example. Someone comes to me and says, Shaman Durek, money's really hard for me. I don't even react to that nonsense.
That's my man.
I go, no, it's not.
So,
You're so powerful and prosperous.
Hold on. So I'm gonna pause right there. So right now, Snick, we talking about I didn't mean to flip the camera. Right now we talking about redirecting energy. Today is Healthy Mental Thursday. I'm gonna give y'all the rundown one more time because my man's just hit it on the spot right there. Today is Healthy Mental Thursday, and the topic is redirecting energy. All right. We watching our first video over here, and you know, for the TikTok people, I don't want to just play the video and not have y'all see nothing or hear nothing and then just hear me talking. So I'm trying to keep it on the captions as much as possible. What he said is that one thing that people don't know about, and I'm a paraphrase a little bit, but try to get as much as what he said. A lot of things that people don't know about human beings, whatever word he wanted to use, is that, let's for example say there's a war going on. This is the example he used. And someone tells you that and you say, oh my gosh, it's a war. Well, you just bought into the dark side. That's the word he used. Because you switched your belief on to that thing right there in that moment. Now, it sounded crazy at first when he said it, but then let me bring it home to you. Let me slide on in there. So, also, he gave the example after that of saying somebody came to him and said, hey, you know, money is hard for me. Money is tough. I'm having a tough time. He say he don't even respond to that. He don't even respond to that. No response. He automatically goes into, no, it's not. You are the most powerful thing in your life. You are the pool water and the pool and so on, the example I had used. We are the energy ourselves. So you are, sounds crazy in our world that we living in because we get pushed and pulled in so many different belief systems. You just got to lock into one. But you are the energy. E equals MC squared. That means energy equals the mass of the object times the speed of light squared. And guess what? You are the mass, the object, and all of the energy, and so on and so forth. So you have to be able to redirect that energy into something or an outcome that you wish, not that you don't wish. That's what he's saying, though. That my man's too. All right, let's keep going. Thanks for getting me to talk, Snick.
You have so much money's really hard for me. I don't even react to that nonsense. I go, no, it's not. You're so powerful and prosperous. You have so much money coming your way right now. I see great opportunities showing up for you. Why? Because what they're trying to do is to get me to co-validate their experience. And by co-validating someone's experience, I am now lending my creative energy to your lack of scarcity, right? And I'm just not going to do that because I'm a being of the light and I serve the light. And as I serve the light, it is only for me to dream greater than that which I see. So when I see a war, I go, okay, human beings have chosen a war. Okay, they want to play that out. Fine. I go and see a planet that is without war. And I keep my energy going there. And then what I do is I share that wisdom with others to get to see if they want to put their energy onto this. It's kind of like, I want to invest in this. Do you want to invest in a new world where there's no war? Do you want to invest into a world where cancer is no longer a word that comes out of people's mouths? Do you want to invest in a world where there's no more racism? Because that's where I'm going to put my creative energy. Not, oh my God, do you see what's happening? Oh my God, the world is falling apart. You're serving the darkness. The darkness is all about making things trapped in dimensions. The light is about moving dimensional frequencies into one another. That means that the multi-dimensional expressions of Earth that exist, we continually shuffle through those different expressions as we make choices in our life. And so when we talk about the reviewing, we realize that the review is an opportunity for us to go, so that is what caused me to put my energy there. Now I understand. So now when I go back to Earth, I am going to choose parents that create a different experience so that I'm going to practice the art of utilizing my power as a creator to put my energy here. And you see, the greatest gift we get by coming to Earth, which so many beings want to come here, is because we're gods in training. So we're learning how to use our energy and where we place our energy to the point where we evolve to a point where we realize that the only place we ever want to place our energy.
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Hold on, before we can keep watching it. I'm gonna just say this real quick. Y'all, expansion pack, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You get in here, you get your mental healthy real quick. You go on about your day. You do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Use your life forces as you wish. But this right here, my mans. I wouldn't have never watched this video if I wasn't hosting this show or whatever the case may be. I like the way that it was strung together. Oh, man. I don't know if y'all listening to. I see you out there, Snick. I see you listening. My man's putting it down he holding it down for the set.
How to use our energy and where we place our energy to the point where we evolve to a point where we realize that the only place we ever want to place our energy is in creation. Right. For the sake of love, for the delight in love. And therefore we then move into a fifth dimensional field. Love. For the delight to place our energy is in creation for the sake of love, for the delight in love. And therefore we then move into a fifth dimensional field. But a lot of people have this books out there. They talk about ascension and this, and everyone thinks, well, if I do really good and I'm super spiritual and I'm of the light and I'm loving light and I'm all these things, and I'm going to ascend. That's not what ascension is. Ascension is the ability to transform darkness into light consciously and lift the frequency light consciously. I'm loving light and I'm all these things and I'm going to ascend. That's not what ascension is. Ascension is the ability to transform darkness into light consciously and lift the frequency to a higher dimensional field. That means there's no duality. I don't talk to a dark being like religious people do, where they're like, down, Satan, be done with you, because they're my brothers and sisters. Why would I talk to them like that?
Yes, sir.
I go, sweetheart, tell me what's going on. So when you were living, you murdered someone, okay? And when you died, you decided when you saw everything that you did and where you put your energy, you decided that you didn't feel worthy enough to go home into the light. I get it. So you chose to go into the underworld, and you've been looking for souls that would merge with you so that you can learn through them. And then if they wake up and see the potential, then they'll take you with them to the light and ascend. Okay, well, I'm here to support you. How can I support you? That's how I talk to them.
I'm sure that you've
Where my
been
man- where my
accused
man
of spiritual
came from?
bypassing and just triggering the hell
course.
out of people. These kinds of
He looks
perspectives.
like a bald
But I
Will
always
Smith.
have said, everything, this is my own personal belief, but everything is a belief system. Everything that we think, everything that we do is rooted in some sort of ideology or religion. And we have the option to choose which belief system we want to adopt. And I say, choose the one that empowers you the most.
I agree. That's very shamanic, by the way.
Yeah, whichever one empowers you the most, choose that one. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm not religious, or I don't, no one is my guru. You're influenced by somebody, and
Yeah.
your actions are influenced by somebody. So you may as well choose consciously. Okay, these are the options on the table. One is I can be afraid. The other one is I can see my own light and the power of my own light and dispel the darkness by shining that light through my words, my thoughts, and my actions, and just play it out and see which one makes you feel like the best version of you over a period of time, right? Not just
Yes.
one incident, but over a period of time.
Yeah, that's what we say when we say where you breathe the easiest. Which dimension do you breathe the easiest in? Like for me, I'm inspired by Jesus Christ. I think it's absolutely amazing how you can go through so much human pain and have people spit in your face, laugh at you, try to persecute you, and you still love. That is what I live my life wanting to be.
If you like that video,
Yeah.
you're gonna.
My man's look like Will Smith. All right. We gonna like that. Yeah, we definitely like that video. That was good. The biggest thing about being here on Expansion Pack is the growth that we get. See, we gonna find our root so we can grow from there. And I haven't said that like in the most recent episodes, but it still reigns true to what it is we doing here. See, I gave you like a little base knowledge of saying everything is made of energy. That's just like, well, what does it mean? Well, let's see what energy is, all right? If I cut the power line outside your house, you ain't drying no clothes. If I cut the power cord to your dryer, you ain't drying no clothes. You ain't watching no TV. You ain't doing none of that. You understand? So that's what we're talking about when we say energy. We're not talking about, ooh, I'm gonna get the. Come here. We ain't talking about none of that. We talking about your life force. Now, it's easy to overlook. It's easy to mistake. It's easy to get away all the time. But let's see if it is so easy after this episode of Expansion Pack. So your heartbeat, right? Let's do this experiment again. Let's do it. I think we might have did this one time before. Let's do it again. Stop it right now. Stop your heartbeat right now. You can't. You don't have a switch inside of you to stop it. Now, this phone right here, I can turn the screen off. I can power it down. I can take the battery. I can't take the battery out this one. They're going to start making phones take the battery out again. But I can take the battery out of devices, and that'll take the power away, that energy. You see what I'm saying? I got a little riddle for y'all, a little key I'm going to give y'all at the end of this. But That'll take that energy away from the phone, the device, whatever it is that had the power, the dryer, the TV, whatever. Well, what are you doing in your personal life that's that same thing? Like, one for one, it's an analogy. I'm speaking an analogy for doing that in your regular day-to-day as well. Because if that's the case, like you just removing the battery from yourself, you're cutting your cord in that situation, you just shutting it down, shut it off in those situations. What you want to do instead is redirect. Now, all I did was type in redirecting energy, put on a little filter, and this is what came up. And he spoke exactly what it is that I'm talking about. One of my strongest tools and aspects of my life right now is stillness. I've been saying this for some years now, and my tone ain't changing on it. Stillness. We have so much flowing through our life all the time. It's just flowing. Boy, that thing going. You see that flow right there? We ain't gonna stop. We got so much flowing through our life all day long. You gonna get backed up? You feel you gonna get backed up if you stop that motion, huh? Oh man, come on, you back in the lineup. All right, you gotta go back. You see what I'm saying? Every time. Well, that stillness is what's gonna allow you, like I just said, to redirect that energy. So let me say it like this. If I let me pull up the picture real quick. Y'all don't know what I'm thinking, so let me just pull it up and get us our next video. Beaver Dam. I want to show y'all something, because the redirection, we if you was to take a hose and run water through it and then, clamp it, it's a picture somewhere in your mind that maybe it might burst. When you move in like that and you take that break, you get that anxious feeling because you feel like you might burst. That pressure still like, hey man, come on, man, God damn it, man. Get it back. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at something real quick. I want to look at a beaver making a dam, because that's a lot of water right there to stop. You know what I'm saying? Should be a lot of pressure right there. How do they do it? Hold on. Beaver making a dam. Oh, there it is. Time lapse too. They got the time lapse on it too. All right, let's work.
It's odd. If something's free, people just can't resist it. More baffling is that people turn down free money by not switching to Geico. Customers can save $900, you know.
Y'all better switch to Geico. I'm gonna speed it up some more. It's like 3 minutes, but I'm gonna speed it up some more. There's a whole little pond of water right there too. Go ahead, Snick. You have a great rest of the day. Hope you enjoyed the show so far.
A Canadian beaver family has created their own watery kingdom.
He did that in one night. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you later on. He did that. He built that in one night. You see what I'm saying? And he just trying to stop that flow of water. Now let's look at one more real quick. It ain't gonna be the same thing. Ooh. It's not gonna be the same thing. Here we go.
From the failure of an overfilled reservoir in California after days of heavy floods, to a rare video capturing the exact moment a 95-year-old embankment dam succumbed to its own weight, and a catastrophe in Brazil that struck with almost no warning. Here are 10 massive dam failures that were caught on camera.
Edenville, Michigan is a small community on the eastern banks of the Tittabawassee River. About a mile north of the town sits, or sat, the Edenville Dam, which blocked the flow of the Tittabawassee and Tobacco rivers to form Wixom Lake. We say sat because the dam failed in May of 2020. Heavy rain pelted the Edenville Dam and surrounding area, causing the earthen embankment's eastern side to fail catastrophically. The influx of water forced residents in Edenville and Sanford to evacuate as water headed downstream to the Sanford Dam, about 10 miles away. One lucky resident was there to film the moment when the dam initially broke.
Oh, commercial.
This game,
That's crazy.
you're not ready for it. There it goes. There it goes. There we go. There's the rush.
We can see a little water trickling through the earthen dam. Perhaps that was all our cameraman needed to see to know the dam was about to fail. Finally, the pressure builds to its breaking point, and the mud and grass slide forward, releasing all the water. A 502-page report written by an independent forensics team blamed the failure and damage on the original construction and decades of poor management. Had those in charge acted differently, they could have prevented the dam from bursting. Basically, the people who built the nearly 100-year-old dam took a bunch of shortcuts back in the 1920s. Classic. Brumadinho is a municipality in southeastern Brazil, home to just over 40,000 people. It's also home to the Corrego de Feijão iron mine and the site of one of the worst dam failures in history. But instead of holding back water, the Brumadinho Dam was holding back toxic mining byproducts called tailings. On January 25th of 2019, the Brumadinho Dam collapsed without warning. A massive mudslide engulfed the Iron Man while the employees ate lunch. It spread for miles through the forest before reaching the Paraopeba River. Stationary camera footage really puts the catastrophe into perspective. That's not just another mountainside you're looking at. The whole thing is a tailings dam, and it's just about to fail. The earthen wall collapses, leading to a powerful landslide that wipes out everything in its path. Mud and debris cascade over the tree line before making their way towards the mine. Here, you see the wall of debris push its way across the landscape as workers quickly escape. The dam was owned and operated by a company called Vale, the world's largest producer in iron ore and nickel. They're the same company responsible for another catastrophic failure in Mariana, Brazil, 4 years prior, but we'll touch on that later. Sadly, the Brumadinho collapse claimed 270 lives, mostly Vale employees who were enjoying their lunch when the dam failed. One man, Elias Nunes, made it out alive and sat down with the BBC to recount his harrowing story. Uttara Khan.
I'm sorry that happened. Now that's, oh man, that's tragic. I just wanted to showcase the pressure build up. Dang. We're gonna get a little Well, not a little. We're gonna get another moment of silence for them. And yeah. Okay. Woo, that was tough on me right there. So as you can see, if you don't redirect that energy the right way, it could be catastrophic. And years and years and years of avoiding or ignorance will not prevent a dam from failing. As a matter of fact, it might be like Florida Evans on Good Times, slamming that bowl, talking about, damn, damn, damn. Let's move on to another video. Your energy. Let's see what they got. Let's see what my man's got to tell us.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
Rahobat Muisa, Rahobat Sekin, Anoki Terry Jamal, Tehuti Akenroye from Zambia. So I have a question regarding vibration, because I was looking at it. Most of the classes I've attended.
Hold on.
Raise ourselves. So my question is there a standard measurement or a cutoff point which we need to raise ourselves to? Or in short, how do we measure that we've raised our vibrations? Is there a standard way to measure? Or is there a way of knowing that we've raised our vibrations to a certain degree? Tautak.
Okay. Right. So when you're dealing with vibration, it fluctuates, right? Because if you look at a vibration or a waveform, it fluctuates, goes up and down, right? This is why the way to know is the results that you're getting. And the measurement is 9 ether. In our book, Fast Track Your Spiritual and Conscious Journey, if you look on page 137, for those who are doing the online course, look at the section that has Appendix 6, 9 levels in this universe. That's on page 137 for those who have the physical book. This diagram is so important because it shows you your being on the right hand side with the 7 chakras that most people are familiar with, plus the 2 above your head. And if you look at on the left hand side, you have a scale from 0 to 9 in the yellow, and then it goes down the bottom to the right, where from the 0 you go to the right and you have hydrogen, helium, right? And then you continue with, lithium, beryllium, etc., the elements, which obviously the noble gases. Look at the periodic table. But the point, if you study this diagram properly, it's going to answer that question that you're asking about how do you measure. So the lower, going from 0, 1, 2, 3, you're going up. That's slow vibrations, right? Meaning that as you come down from 9 ether, you're slowing the vibration. As you go up to 9 ether, and 9 ether, remember I already explained, is the combination of all gases, conscious and science, right? So there's different levels of 9. So it's like 9 to the 9th power of 9. So there's always, you get to 9, then you start again. So it's a cycle, but it's cycling as it's going up in vibration. So then that will give you ether. So you're coming from ether 9, ether 8, ether 6, ether 5, ether 4, ether 3, ether 1, to then you come onto this side where you go into the hydrogen, helium coming down to the physical. Now, the higher your vibration, the higher senses because you can see the columns. We've got the ether column, we've got the beings, right? So the beings that are vibrating at the highest are supreme beings. And you are a supreme being that has fallen down. So when we go from the top down, when you're dealing with your senses, as I've mentioned, those higher senses, the four, because you only really have one when you're in the lower vibrations, when you're looking at from like 6 ether downwards, right? Where we say we have 5 senses, but it's really hear, see, smell, taste, touch. All of those are really touch or perception or awareness, the way you know you exist. Like, for example, you can pinch yourself and feel it and know that you exist. But as you go up, then you go into the ability to get back your higher senses, such as psychometry, intuition, telepathy, clairvoyance. So supreme beings, then you come down now in terms of beings. This is where a lot of people use words and they're not aware that the words you're using, right? Because you might say, I'm a man, for example. Now let me go from the top. You come from supreme being, to being a human being, to being a human, to being a man. And then underneath that you have mankind, a kind of a man. That's what you're saying when you say mankind. Down to being like a mammal. Then you can go down even lower to being a beast, to being a demon. So when people say, oh, we're just human, what you're really saying is a level of a being that is a composition of the creative force of will, which is who, and then becoming man. So you go who, man. If you're not familiar with who, that's
snap.
so you go so will.
Oh my gosh. Hold up. I hope y'all was reading along on TikTok just now, because I'm gonna run it back. I hope y'all saw that just now out there on Twitch and everything, because it's on small screen. So I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna put it on big screen for y'all. Hold up. All right, I'm gonna run it back.
And then underneath that you have mankind, a kind of a man. That's what you're saying when you say mankind. Down to being like a mammal. Then you can go down even lower to being a beast, to being a demon. So when people say, oh, we're just human, what you're really saying is a level of a being that is a composition of the creative force of will, which is who, and then becoming man. So you go who, man. If you're not familiar with who, that's in ancient Egypt, right? That's the creative force of will, because will is what determines your decision making, and will is undecided until you make it vague, which means that it's now like it's not clear, or you make it vivid, meaning you know exactly what you want and what you're saying. So you can come down from that etheric realm, and as you're coming down, when you get to mankind, or when you're a man, what connects you to these higher realms is the mental. Okay, you can hear the word mental, the mental, where it deals with the mind, to creativity, 6 ether, right? Because you're limited to 6 due to, or 6 ether beings are only limited to 6, and that was due to their mixing with animals. This is in the DNA, because the Human Genome Project has made it possible for each, gene, the genes that you're made up of, and the cells, you have over like 24 trillion cells, right? To be able to decipher and break down. I did another one-to-one with Neville that's coming out. You guys look forward to that. But we were explaining how to break you down into be able to study every single cell, or be able to study your components in terms of your DNA, because you have your you know, the double helix, and then you have the codes, you know, ACGT, that you can put together, and the different combinations. But what I'm basically saying is that they've studied the DNA of everyone on the planet and found that, you know, Adamites are mixed with porcines and the simians, and porcine, simians, and what's the other one? Anyone that's been studying and paying attention. What I say, canine, simians, and I've said three? You didn't say canine before. Okay, canine. All right, so that's the three. And that's why they can't go further. And the beings that are supreme beings, some of them, this is the beings like we give you some, like the Riskians or Muzdarku, right? The Riskians, or those of who are Riskians. They are supreme beings at the highest level of nine ether. And they can come down and meet you, or your ancestors who have crossed over are now on the side of ether where they can still communicate with you, but they can't come back down because they risk being trapped here or coming down here. So to answer your question, the lowest is dealing with the physical, the material. This is where you deal with time, matter, temperature, your skin suit. You need the skin suit for locomotion to move around. But as you go further, you start to deal with spirituality. You start to deal with your vital being, your spirit being. This is where we talk about your personality, right? The food you eat, because the food gives you nutrition, where nutrition is in what we call force. What is it called? The plane of force, right? And then air, water, all of these have variations in terms of their density. And then you move up, then you start to deal with the soul. Now the soul is where it's connecting you to these higher vibrations. And this is where they deal with your astral body, where you can astral project, yeah? And you have a connection to your oversoul. These are like we call them your parents, or your etheric parents, yeah? This deals with all that. This is where you're starting to deal with your aura, the emotional you, dealing with what people call heaven, but it's really haven, which is really etheric atoms. Because as I said, when you're dealing with ether, physical ethers, or as I said, natural ether energy, you're starting to deal with states of vibrations that are higher than the ones that are below. Then you have the mind, which is the fourth, or the mental, where you connect to the beings that are higher, because they're sending you messages or affirmation. When you receive it in your radio, because we have your mind is like your radio, where you transmit and you receive frequencies, and the frequencies can come by the sun rays, because the sun is what keeps you alive. In fact, as beings on this planet, without the sun, we won't even be able to survive, apart from those beings that are deep, deep, deep in the deep sea. Because when the sun rays were blocked, where that biblical story of Genesis comes from, there were beings in the waters, but there were, you know, there are types of beings that live in the waters that can survive without the sun rays. But I hope that's helped you in terms of your vibrations. That book goes into it, Fast Track Your Spiritual Unconscious Journey. If you haven't got that already, get your copy, all right?
Yeah.
For the first time in modern history, college student graduates are more unemployed than high school students.
Yeah, whatever. Listen.
I love your perspective. I love
that right there was the best video we done watched on Expansion Pack ever, if you ask me. I searched for a clear understanding. So let me break this thing down to you, because we coming up on our last 5 minutes and I gotta play a song. Be weary of those who say they don't know. The reason being is, what are you doing to know? What are you doing to get? What are you doing to understand? What are you doing to get the information that you don't know? And I can remember through all of my whole entire life, don't nobody know nothing. Nobody don't know nothing. I don't know. That's how they be looking too. I don't know. Well, golly. So you mean to tell me we can do all this stuff, but don't nobody know how it's working? Don't nobody know nothing about nothing? Well, I'm good on that theory, y'all, and y'all should be too. And what you should start to begin doing is seeking, searching, checking it out. You feel what I'm saying? The reason you can find that out. But I'm going to tell you I got mine. And I got to not just go out there fooling around and try to find out. I'm going to be still in order to hear what it is I have for myself. So that was a good video. That was the terminology was, it wasn't given to me as a mystery. It wasn't given to me as a mystery. There's a bunch that I could say more on top of that, but I won't. I just want you to know that if somebody tell you that something is beyond your imagination, you should question that. Because if you can't imagine it and it happens to you, then you're going to be blown away. It's going to seem miraculous. It's going to seem like something you couldn't imagine. And then anything can happen after that. And I just don't like to see my people get taken advantage of, you know. Like, kind of like this. Hey, my hand's over here. Hey, boom, uppercut jam. Boom, 3 more times. You see what I'm saying? I don't like that. So be discerning. Look into things a little bit more as opposed to just taking this back seat and saying, oh, I don't. You know? All right, y'all. So I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to get on up out of here and off y'all nerves for the day. Tune in tomorrow for Fun Fact Friday. It's going to be good. I don't think we did a Fun Fact Friday in 2 weeks. So we're going to bring it back. And I'm going to let y'all know what the schedule is. If you're a part of the Discord, you'll see some messages come in there. If you don't check my Discord, it's cool. You just won't know. The plan is to start to transition in the summertime with expansion pack. Whether that means staying on for longer, more events, whatever it is, I got to go into the planning phase for that. So I'm going to need some time for that. But when we come back, we going to be up. So just stay tuned for any updates on what's happening with that as far as that goes. Any topics you want us to talk about here on Expansion Pack, there's Mindful Monday, Tech Tuesday, Finding Our Way Wednesday, Healthy Mental Thursday, which we're on today, and Fun Fact Friday tomorrow. Get your topics in. You can hit me up anywhere I be streaming at. Y'all know y'all know how y'all be seeing me streaming. Y'all be seeing me streaming all the time. I ain't gonna go in there, Joe. I'm gonna go in there, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Well, I'm gonna say nothing, but I ain't gonna say a lot. Y'all get in here on this stream, man. Y'all know y'all wanna be in here on the stream chatting and whatnot. Just cause I ain't on 17 different your TV screens or billboards around your town don't mean that you don't need to be talking to me. You come in here, you chat, get things off your mind. So, without further ado, don't leave before the song over. Like I tell you every time, don't leave for the song over. It's gonna be a good song. It'll be one of my songs, and you're gonna like it. You might want to go back and listen to it again after this. So, as we wind down, turn on them notifications. Make sure you follow up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come back tomorrow. And y'all know what I'm saying. This is DGTA TV.
Serenade. Dan F. Man. Scrap Jones, what up? Leroy Boo.
If you haven't already, make sure you turn on the notifications. Y'all know y'all want to be in here next time I go live. Don't be late. This is DGTA TV.
Riding down Brookshire Avenue in the summertime. I can't lie, when I ride uptown, I feel so alive. The Queen City right here by my side, and it's so divine. Top back with
fresh pair of Ray-Bans. Mommy love me, love her. She know what I doin'. I'm trying to get this money, trying to stack, trying to do it. I kick it to the max like Nike, what you doing? You know I already gave it wintertime, so the summer, huh? She know what I'm talking about, I'm dipping in the Rover, huh? Like she don't know these tricks is for kids. I'm outside romancing, trying to hop in the Benz. Call my old head Mike, trying to hop in the 10. What they talking about? Them trying to follow us then. I mean, I could lock the club down, I could pop bottles. I could buy you diamonds, ropes, and see your ass tomorrow. My baby mother, she don't even start that thought of that. I'm outside at the club trying to gargle this. What she talking about? Summertime in the QC, huh? She know what the game about. I'm trying to hit a 3, huh?
You and I, riding down Brookshire Avenue in the summertime. I can't lie, when I ride uptown, I feel so alive. The Queen City right here by my side, and it's so divine. Top back with the sun rays on my face in the summertime. Riding down Brookshire Avenue in the summertime. I can't lie, when I ride uptown, I feel so alive. The Queen City right here by my side, and it's so divine. Top back with the sun rays on my face.
First things first, I freaks all the honeys, bunnies, playboy bunnies that's doing numbers. Cause I'm stacking this cash, I'm getting hundreds. It's a damn shame, it's changed the whole world looking funny. Cause I'm coming up fast, I'm in a hurry. I got this life like under control, I do not worry. I may have a side piece, but to my dreams I am married. I do not deal with old baggage, I do not carry myself like I'm less than a king. So like a king, you better know that I'm my queen. I put my life on the line, hell yeah, make a scene. Rolling in the range, me and mother looking clean. Me and my girl, we on the scene. I told her, me and you gon' ride though. So open up that side though, the spot we gon' slide through. This block party, ain't nobody bucking with my crew. I ain't studying no broad, me and my girl, we gon' cruise down the boulevard.
You and I, riding down Brookshire Avenue in the summertime. I can't lie, when I ride uptown, I feel so alive. The Queen City right here by my side, and it's so divine. Top back with the sun rays on my face in the summertime. Riding down Brookshire Avenue in the summertime. I can't lie, when I ride uptown, I feel so alive. The Queen City right here by my side, and it's so divine. Top back with the sun rays on my face in the summertime.